What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Miss Polished Opinion production. A Miss Polished Opinion production. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite DIY projects within my home. Now, if you're new to this channel is all about DIY, organization, decoration, and crafting, and a little bit of cricketing here and there. But one of the things I've been doing for a long time, long before I ever used to record it, is DIY projects. I love customization, I love creating things, and so my home is a reflection of that. So I'd love to share with you some of my favorite DIY projects. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first DIY project is something I did shortly after we moved to this apartment. I wanted something to sort of be a center and a focal point of my office, far before my office was ever as decorated as it is now. And I wanted something to hold my calendar and a few pretty pictures. And I didn't want to punch too many holes in the wall, ironically. You know, there's things on the wall. But anyway, I really liked this chalkboard. I got it from Michael's, and it has some slight imperfections. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's not flat on the wall. It's flat here, and then it kind of veers off and is not flat. So I think I got it for sale, and I thought there's something I could use for this. And so I decided to add some command hooks. This one had a gold hook similar to this one above here, but it broke because it couldn't handle the weight of my calendar. So I added something a little bit more sturdy. The gold hooks were something I bought, I think, at Home Hardware, and they were, I think, almost like a U shape, and I cut them off, or I had my husband cut them off, and then I E6000 glued them on, and they just bear the weight of the clipboards, and the clipboards hold some printed images, really simple kind of, and I can interchange or can change out the art as often as I'd like, but I really like this. It's set in front of my desk, and it's something I've always really liked, and that is my first DIY project. I thought about gluing down the clipboards, but again, I was like, what if I want to change even that? So I like that this is, pretty simple. I might add some vinyl to it with my Cricut and put, date or booked and busy and art, who knows. But for now, I like the simplicity of it. And this is my first and favorite DIY project. The second DIY project is this mock forever flower box. Now, I've seen a lot of these, and I know you can order them and keep them forever, but I decided to DIY it because I had already had the box, and the flowers were ordered on Amazon for, I think, $12 to $16 Canadian. I had the leaves from something previously, and I kind of just pulled them out and stuck them in there. So in the bottom is the green foam, I don't know what it's called, but the green foam thing that you can get at the craft store, Michael's, to put in faux flowers to keep them in place. I cut that down, put it in the bottom, then I stuck my flowers in to ensure that they stayed, and then I stuck in a few faux leaves. These leaves were attached to, I think, a branch of some sort, and I took them apart and kind of just stuck them in to sort of give it that, greenery vibe. The box didn't come with this. I also glued this on. I think this was my Would You Be My Bridesmaid box that I got from my good friend Carly, and I decided to repurpose it because I loved the box. And so that is my forever flower box. Number 3 on the list is this recreation of the Beauty and the Beast rose. Now, if you like Beauty and the Beast like I do, you were pretty much obsessed with that rose. And for a while they were selling them, but they were so expensive. And again, I was like, I'm not going to pay for something I can pretty much DIY. So I bought this sort of encased glass container from IKEA. You can get those at IKEA. It's $3, $4, $5. That's one thing we love about IKEA. The rose, and I think the rose was bought at Michael's, and the string lights I actually had just lying around because I just buy them and set them aside. And so what I did was I just sort of curled the bottom of the rose and bent it over and fit it to the glass, and then spread out the fairy lights as best as I possibly could. And it's just something that I think is so pretty. Now I know some people use the clear liquid and sort of hold everything in place, and I know that that's possible, but I did not want to do that, and I didn't know how, and I don't care to learn because I still think it functions as it should. And if I ever have a little girl, I'd love to put that in her bedroom. So that is the third DIY project in my home that I just absolutely love. Okay, the fourth DIY project is, again, something that I did. Well, no, I did this before we moved to this apartment because I had just started to set up my little desk vanity area in our old apartment. It was in the corner of our bedroom, and I wanted a vanity mirror, but again, was not willing to pay vanity mirror prices that I had seen online. So I decided to, just in the meantime, order these. They're suction lights that you just add to the mirror. They're a little dusty, excuse me. So once I strung around the lights, then I covered the frame. It was originally a black framed mirror with marble contact paper that I had. That was all the rage back then. And this is what it turned out to be. Now, I bought these lights, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago now. Yeah. And they've held up, and I use these a lot. There's a little button right here, touch button, and I can turn it on or off. It's dimmable, which to me is just unreal. As light or as bright or as dark as you need it to be. And honestly, these have lasted far longer than I ever anticipated. I figured I'd get 2 years out of them. I've gotten between 3.5 to 4 years for sure. So that is my fourth DIY project, and one of my favorites because honestly, it's you know, it's not beautiful. It's not overly like, wow, that looks amazing, but it's functional. It does what it needs to do, and it's served its purpose for so long. And the price I paid for it versus what I've gotten from it time wise is unreal. So my little rinky-dink vanity mirror that I am super proud of and grateful for. Is this faux greenery garland, hanging art thing. I don't know what to call it, but I wanted something on this wall that sort of gave calm vibes. Where I live, there was a lot of sticks around at the time, so we went outside for a walk, and I got myself a stick. This is a real stick. Cleaned it off, added some string to the top. I'm going to zoom in there, and just one simple nail, wrapped the string around, and wrapped the greenery around, and then wrapped faux lights around. I used to have lights on it that I used a remote, and I could change, you know, the way it would flash, or it would stream, or it would flow like water, or it would it had a bunch of different modes of how it showed the light, but that died, and I actually had to remove it, and I added this one. This one is not lasting as long either, but it serves its purpose. So this just sort of gives me art in this corner. I like greenery in my office, but I can't keep plants alive, so faux greenery it is. I'm not opposed to it. I don't care what people think. So that is this one. It was a quick little, well, actually it wasn't quick, but I did enjoy making it, and I do really love it. And that is the, what is it, 6th DIY project in my home. Okay, so apparently I can't count. That was not my 6th. This is my 6th DIY project. And I did an entire video on this. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this is our pantry. And I had come up with an idea, decided this space was not being utilized to its full potential, and wanted to build a pantry. The hubby obliged. It was not easy, lots of bumps and bruises, lots of irritation, but it came out pretty damn well, if I do say so myself, and I'm grateful for his hard work. It has its imperfections, and it could be better, obviously, but for the price I paid for it, about $600 in total versus the $900 to $1,000 I was looking for this size. It's quite deep. It's about 32 inches deep. It's not, I would have not gotten this for $400 to $600, and that's around what I spent on materials and everything. So I love this pantry for what we did with it. And that is the 5th DIY project. I'm just going to stop sharing the numbers. I'm just going to say the next one because I can't remember. But this is one of my favorite DIY projects in the home. Okay, the next one, and this one is probably the first, like, outside of my office DIY project we did. We had this space here, and it was, like, open, and we had our garbage bin in there and a little recycling bin, but I hated that you could smell it and you could see it. It was unsightly, and the area needed to be closed off. So I think I had seen something on Pinterest that was like sort of a pull-out thing that was more built in, and the hubby decided he was going to build it, and it was, materials were bought in one evening and it was done by the night. It's, again, not perfect. The siding is coming off because we've had this for 2 years now. But it holds the garbage, it holds the recycling, the little dust buster thing, and it keeps the garbage hidden. So for what we did and what we got for it, I think it was pretty darn good. And that is the, yeah, I'm not saying the number. So this is another one of the DIY projects in our home. This is something I did back at our old apartment because we had all of these wires because of all of the things connected to our TV, and I did not want to see them. They were sort of tucked back there, but still very messy. And even though it's still not perfect now, it's far less cords you can see than what you see back there currently. So I just bought a decorative box, I think from, I want to say HomeSense. Yeah, HomeSense or Winners or one of them. Bought the box, or even IKEA, I think. And then my husband cut a hole in the back to sort of stream or pull the cords through. So when you have visitors, they see the decorative box. I could add a little flower thing on top, books, whatever. So for the people who are just coming in, they don't see all the cords, but the cords and everything is in there. I thought that was a neat little thing. I think I had seen that on Pinterest, and it just sits beside the TV, and it serves as another surface because I can put things there as well. So that was another clever little DIY project in the home that I really liked. Okay, we're back in my office now, and this DIY project is one that I think I shared in my vanity shelf reorganization video. This actually, and I shared the canvas, how I did it on my Instagram. If you're not following me there, please remember to follow me, Miss Polished Opinion. This was a canvas that had something else on it, and I had outgrown it, but I liked this itself. So what I did was I removed the canvas, covered it with white contact paper, and then used my Cricut and created a little image that I had found. So I completely customized this. It's textured because it's vinyl, and I made this little art. And honestly, I think it's just a really nice, simple piece that I added here. And again, not perfect, but nothing is perfect, and that's something that I needed to get over a long time ago. So I learned to love things as they are. So that is one of my favorite newer DIY additions. And another one of my newer additions is another thing that I had shared in one of my, I think I have a video on, yes I do. I have a video on this vase. It was originally purple from IKEA, and I did not like the color, so I decided to upgrade it and give it sort of that stone textured look. It is now housed on my vanity shelf, and it honestly was, I didn't even know what I was fully doing when I did it. I just decided I was going to try something out, and you know, if it worked, great. If not, I could throw it out, no big deal. But I love the textured vibe. I love the color. And it just is, it's a really nice vase. So that is my last DIY project. And again, this one is more recent. I did this one within the last month, and I really do love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below which one of my DIY projects was one of your favorites or you enjoyed the most. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.